I'm here with Kylie Toscano, who is a 2012 graduate of Shawsheen Tech. And Kylie, thanks for joining us today.
No problem.
So tell me, how did you originally become interested in graphic arts?
Well, all freshmen go through exploratory,
Uh-huh.
and to me it was the most, interesting, being hands-on, creative, all of it.
Yeah.
Just fell in love.
Yeah. So why did you consider it a legitimate career? Like, were you looking at other things, or?
To me, it was something that I just was passionate about. I knew that there was a lot of different fields in, graphic arts and that industry.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But yeah, I just went all in.
Yeah.
To me.
How long have you worked for Kirkwood Printing now?
Almost 5 years.
5 years. And are you doing today what you did when you started?
No. I started off in bindery. I was making boxes, started at the bottom.
Yeah. And what do you do today?
I'm a large format pressman.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
And so tell me a little bit about that. What is that like? Big machines?
Yeah, big machines, it's digital printing, so it's completely different than offset.
Right.
Sheet fed, rigid materials and running digital cutters.
So what attracted you to the program at Shawsheen?
Well, being creative is definitely a big part of me.
Yeah. Hands-on, touch feel.
From pre-press to bindery and running presses.
Mm-hmm. Are you doing what you expected to be doing when you left school?
Definitely not. I've definitely made it a lot farther than I ever thought of. When I was in school, they weren't teaching digital printing.
Uh-huh.
So, to me, it was like a whole new world,
right.
Walking into large format.
Right.
Definitely from where I started from, too.
And what was the process of getting a job at Kirkwood? You started here, I believe, as an intern.
Yeah. Actually, the school worked really hard getting me a job, along with all the other students. They helped set up interviews and talk to companies that are willing to take in co-working students. So you're working, full-time every other week.
Yeah.
But, I came in just like anybody else. I had an interview, talked about pay, everything.
Mm-hmm. How is the pay?
Pay is good. Definitely good. It's more than I thought, starting out. I think a lot of people are misled about, the pay and the growth in the industry.
Yeah.
I've gotten a significant amount of raises since I've started.
Yeah. And is it fair to say that working at Kirkwood was more than you would hope for, or less than you would hope for when you came into the trade?
I'd definitely say it's more than I'd hoped for, because I've had so many different opportunities and ways to grow within the company.
Yeah.
And my own knowledge for the trade.
Right. Is there a lot of on-the-job training?
Yes. Yeah. New presses, new machines, different softwares, stuff like that.
So the learning didn't stop?
No way.
From leaving?
No. So much more to go, too.
Yeah. Do you feel like you learn something new every day?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. You may think there's only one way to do things, but believe me, there's about 5.
Yeah. And what are the hours like? Is it long hours, long days?
In the industry, I will say, some days are long. Not all of them, but being dedicated is definitely a part of the graphic arts life,
Yeah. So is it more of a lifestyle than a job?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you see the opportunity for advancement in the industry? You've been here for a few years, you've done a few different jobs. Where do you see yourself, 5 years from now?
Definitely still see myself in the industry. It's a lifelong career for me.
Yeah.
I'd like to end up being a shop teacher one day.
Mm-hmm.
But until then, I'd like to keep learning and keep advancing in the trade.
Would you recommend graphic arts to other people considering this trade as an option?
Absolutely.
Why
I think
is that?
you should go all in on it and, you know, not be afraid. And some people may not know much about it, but it's definitely worth learning.
And what advice would you give to a freshman that's trying to decide whether or not to?
I'd say go for it. You know, I fell in love with the trade. You know, it's definitely something to be passionate about and build and grow. It's a lifelong career. You know.
So you can make decent money. You work hard. You're learning something new all the time.
Absolutely.
And,
What else could you ask for?
Right. Okay. Just briefly tell me a little bit about your supervisor. Is that a person that inspires you? What's that like, working for your supervisor?
Supervisors teach you a lot.
Yeah.
You know, it's being personal, patting you on the back when you do a good job, and also pushing you when you need to get the job done.
Yeah.
You know, it's not always peachy keen in the shop. You know, sometimes you got to rush and get things done, and you know, you work late, but your supervisor is almost like your best friend. You know, your pep talker.
So it sounds to me like, you know, you've mentioned that a couple of times. The days can be long, and I assume that most everything you do is deadline driven.
Yes.
Because it's a trade show or it's an event or
Mhm.
there's some reason somebody has to have something on a certain day.
Yeah.
And is that pretty much on everything you touch, or is it?
No, I mean, not everything's, you know, a hot rush, but, you know, there's definitely those few clients that will throw in a rush, or, you know, it's a big job and you have a deadline.
Right.
But it's just something that you have to, you know, abide by in the trade. It's part of the thing, you know.
Right, part of the deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Any regrets?
No, not in my career. You know, I wish that I paid a little more attention in school.
Yeah.
And, you know, really in class is definitely very important in your trade to know, you know, just key facts and knowledge about the trade before you're actually in it, before you're actually working. You know,
Right,
you know, color theory, everything.
right.
It's a huge part of it.
So you need to kind of understand it from beginning to end.
Yes. It's the best way to go. I mean, you know, the things that, you know, I touched on within my career that I remembered, you know, learning in school, and was like, oh, I wish I paid a little more attention to that, but
Yeah. Is Kirkwood a good company to work for?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Lots of room for growth within this company, and
Has the company grown since you've started?
yes, digital printing is taking off.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right. So, what else would you like to tell me?
I don't know.
What's your favorite color?
Well, you see. No, you know, I love graphic arts. I love working for this company. I think it's definitely a great career. You
Yeah.
know, I'm happy, I'm learning, and I make great money. So life is good.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.